lunch at the Rio Grande Cafe. Nice. I've left Salt Lake City behind me. So interesting. I picked up the car yesterday from the airport, and I was, I'm not used to driving on the right-hand side of the road. And I thought, well, it's only a short drive into Salt Lake, so that'll be a nice little warm-up. No. In the centre of Salt Lake City, it's what, 6-lane roads, which are one way. It's madness. Me trying to get used to driving on the right, if I want to turn left, I've got to be on the left-hand side. Then I'd naturally stay on the left, and I've got to remember to go across to the right-hand side. It felt weird. And I must admit, there was one hairy moment, but I survived. So did everyone else. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, I'm driving to Ely, Nevada, which is about a 3.5 hour drive, and that's to see the Nevada Northern Railway. Now, I've been advised to stop off at a couple of little places along the way. Recommendations by some friends of mine who live in Salt Lake City. You might know them. So let's look out for those.
This is the second video of my July 2023 trip from Salt Lake City to Denver, tracing as much Rio Grande Railroad history as I can, and seeing other things as well. So please make sure you're subscribed, comment, like, share the video, and save the playlist. This is the Grand Tour. So for my journey from Salt Lake City out to Ely, Nevada, friends of mine who are Kale and no, not Kale and Darren. Dale and Karen, sorry guys, of Toyman Television. So the first stop that was suggested was a rest area, which is a viewpoint for the Salt Flats. So yeah, I thought that'd be interesting. Now, if you've seen my previous video, you know I was hanging around the area of Rio Grande Station, and then I went for lunch at the Rio Grande Cafe, which is way back here now. Used to be at the station. Then I began my journey heading westward out of Salt Lake City, alongside the Salt Flats, up to the first stop, which is Salt Flats Rest Area. It's about an hour and 40 minutes journey. Driving along Highway 80, the scenery goes from passing hills until you come to the great straight flat whiteness of the Salt Flats. As you're going along, you've got to look out for this sculpture thing, which is like a stick with balls stuck to it, which is apparently supposed to be a tree. There, did you see it? Yeah, a bit strange. Then, not too long afterwards, we come to the rest area and pull off. Bonneville Salt Flats, of course, being famous for the land speed records being set on them over many decades at the Bonneville Speedway. But a lot of people just pull over and have a wander across the flats just to experience this really unusual place. Some people even drive their cars across it.
What does it taste like? Sugary. Salty. Duh. So some people like to go out driving on the Salt Flats. Apparently, some people take the opportunity to go bombing around where they else won't be able to. Now, in terms of my car rental, is that I'm not allowed to go on gravel roads. It doesn't say anything about off-roads. Shall we? Nah, I'm not going to do that. Onwards!
Coming away from the rest area, we soon leave the Salt Flats and go through West Wendover, where we turn south onto the 93 alternate. Now it's right about here where I had my first realisation of what I was actually doing. Seeming like I was the only car on the road, the wide open spaces, the mountains in the distance, it suddenly hit me that I was out here on my own, doing this thing for the next 2 weeks. And a great sense of freedom came over me. And I have to admit, this was the first point in the 2 weeks where I felt just a little bit emotional. I know what you're thinking, what a wuss! But anyway, our journey is on. From the Salt Flats to Ely, it's roughly a 2-hour drive. But, along the way, I was recommended to stop off at a place called Cherry Creek, as there was something interesting to see.
I'm turning off to the right here towards somewhere called Cherry Creek.
Take the next right onto State Highway 489.
Thanks, Sat-Nav. Now, I don't know what Cherry Creek is actually like, but there's something to see,
Continue
apparently.
on State Highway 489 for 8 miles.
Right, so we're near 5 miles down this road. And off to the left, there's something there. What is it? Oh, and look, there's a sign. Railroad crossing. Interesting. Well, up that way is Cherry Creek. Hope it's not too windy, hope you can hear me. That way. That way is where I've just come from, about 5 miles away. Oh, look! It's a railroad crossing. And look at the sign. Is that bullet holes? Track would make quite a nice feature in a garden, don't you think? So this apparently is the old site of a station, Cherry Creek Station. But that way is Ely. pretty much all that remains is just what's left of the water tower. And whatever that is. The only use it has these days is whatever bird is using it as a nest, or a nesting place. It's really peaceful being here just in the middle of almost nowhere. But we got places to go. Onwards to Ely. Well, this is where I'm staying tonight, in Ely. It's kind of an old Western style hotel, but they have dinosaurs for some reason. But why not? Bag stuck. And here's my room. Cool, huh? So as I was checking in, there was a nice lady at the desk, and she asked to see my driver's license, as they often do here, and she went, "Oh, England." I went, "Yep." So she said, "What brings you here?" I said, "I'm going to ride the train." She went, "Oh, right, wow. You doing a long trip?" I said, "What I'm doing, going from Salt Lake City to Denver, seeing as much railroad stuff as I can." She went, "Oh, wow, my husband would love to do something like that, but he lives through YouTube." So I said, "Well, funny you should say that." I gave her one of my cards, so you can check me out, and she was very happy with that. But look, I love this hotel. One, it's really characterful with all the Prospector theme, but look, I got a free drink to have for tonight, and a free gift from the gift shop. And I thought, that's really nice. So the free gift was actually this carved stone blade, which is quite nice. And the idea of the free gift worked because I ended up buying this. See, it was actually a Native American store, and everything was handmade. There was weapons, there was jewelry and clothing and all sorts. And it was really, really cool stuff. So very talented, those who make them. But yeah, now that sits among my railroad spike collection. That's really nice. And then I came to the room and look, lollies and earplugs. So I don't know if it gets noisy here tonight, but we'll find out. Cool. One more thing. I just looked in the fridge, and look, there's nothing in it but baking soda. Nice.
Just quickly before we go out and look at something else. Later on in the night, when I came back to the hotel, this is what I came back to. Now, it'll be so easy to make something like this look cheap and tacky. But just look at it there. Pure class.
So before dinner, I'm going to pop out just for a little bit, because I'm consulting my guide, which I've written for myself, of points of interest. See that? The Grand Tour, points of interest. This one says to go to 1141 East Altman Street. I wonder what's there. I know already, but you know, you'll find out in a second.
In 300 yards, your destination will be on the right.
I came out from the hotel and turned right onto Almond Street, which is the main street that goes all the way through Ely.
Your destination is on the right.
Oh look, there's some people I know.
Who was that, did you see?
Oh god.
Too late. We'll see him tomorrow. Or the next video.
Do I know you? Well, this was done just recently. There's a mural for Dirt the Cat, king of the shops. So it's really impressive work, and it was done by ABC Art Attack as a memorial to Dirt. And it's a nice position because over there, that's where the railroad is.
Just in case you don't know, Dirt was a cat who was born astray on the Nevada Northern Railway, and he grew up and became their mascot and quite the legend. And he sadly passed away at the start of this year, so various tributes were made to him. But he does have a successor, who's called DJ, which stands for Dirt Jr. So he's now the shop cat, and the cat that we hope to see on our visit. After seeing the mural, I went down to the station just for a wander around, and the quietness of the evening, it was surprisingly peaceful down there. So I spent some time just taking in the atmosphere. peaceful here. Where's that cat? DJ! Well, I'm hungry. I'm going to go back to the hotel, find some food, maybe a couple of beers, seeing as I got one free. And tomorrow, trains and a cat.